Good day. Today we're going to do lesson plan 18, grade 3, term 2. The topic is add and subtract to 400, and it links to DBE worksheet 46. Quickly going to show you. Then we're going to go back to the lesson plan. What you can do is you can pause here and look at the CAPS link. Then we're going to go to the resources and the dictionary. You use the resources part to plan and prepare for your lesson. And then the dictionary part is words to help you to support your child or your learners in this lesson and activities. Um, so let's quickly go to the daily routine, counting and mental maths. So the daily routine, you're going to pause and ask these questions. Then what we're going to do is the counting. So what we're going to do is, again, what you need here is, and I recommend base 10 blocks. Anything under 500, so you're going to place them on the table. You're going to ask the children how many blocks are there. So they're going to count it. Remember, they counted in groups of 100, tens, and units. After they guessed or estimated, you're going to let them count it, and then they compare their counting with their estimation. This activity is very important that you use resources. You can again use our base 10 plugin that's on the representative level from the SA Teacher eStore. I want you to pause now and do this counting activity. Okay, so we're going to go to the mental maths now. So the mental mathematics is, I recommend that you do this as an oral activity. So you're simply going to read the 10 numbers, and then the learners need to say what is 199 plus 1, or what is 1 more than 199. You can vary the questions. So for instance, again, what is 1 more than 199? What is 174 plus 1? So they can understand that 1 more means to add 1. You can obviously repeat this activity, and you can use subtraction. So you can say what is 1 less than 199 if you want to add something additional to this activity. So I want you to pause and do this activity. So for our introduction, what we're going to do is we're going to give the learner some concrete objects. In this example 12, and we're going to ask them what is half of 12 counters. We're also going to write numbers 1 to 20 on the board or on a piece of paper. And then what we're going to do is we're going to circle the numbers that can be exactly halved. If they struggle with this concept, let them take the concrete resources again and let them divide it into 2 groups. I want you to pause and then do this activity. Okay, so let's then look at example number 1. So example number 1, we're going to say 225 plus 16. But to make it easier, we're going to make use of our halving technique. So we're going to halve the second number. Again, is these things we showed to you so learners can learn a variety of techniques and methods to make calculation of numbers easier for them. It's not always the only method. I always say it's a bundle of techniques that will support them later in life in much more difficult maths concepts. So let's quickly look here. What we're going to do now is the number line, we're going to start with the number that we have first, and that's 225. So we're going to then add 8, and we're going to add another 8, because it's much easier to make hoops of 8 than to add the whole 16. So again, is later on this becomes then a mental technique. So then when we go to look at example 2 without the number line, what we will do is we will say 225 plus 16, or I can say 225 plus 8 plus 8. So 16 halved of, if we halve 16, we got an 8 and 8. So we're first going to add the 8 and then get 233 and then add another 8 and get 241. So I want you to pause here and then do these examples with your learners. Okay, welcome back. So we're going to look then at level 1 and 2. So our representative level, our concrete level. Now in this case, you will see we move from the concrete to the abstract, and here we look at the representative level to the abstract. So again, you might need to repeat some activities on how to halve numbers. So then again is we're going to say 124 plus 12. Let us halve the 12. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add 6 to 124. And we can show it with counters. And then we're going to add another 6. So I want you to pause and do this practical activity. Then we're going to look at where we're going to use number cards. So we're going to do the same. So we're going to add the numbers. So we're first going to add 6, and then we're going to add 6 to the next number. So as soon as we add 6 to it, we're going to then, we can count forwards, and then we add another 6 and we count forwards. So it's to do again with the thinking process that we have. I want you to pause then here, and I first want you to focus on your number cards, where you're just going to say and sort the ones that's easy to halve, and then you're going to do this activity. Then the problem solving. You're going to add using this method. Here again is you can do it with concrete resources, or you can do it on the representative level, or you just do it on an abstract level using numbers. Then we're going to go to the worksheet. This is then the worksheet of today, your problem solving, and then we come to the consolidation. If you ticked everything yes, we're going to carry on with the next lesson. If you got no's, you're going to revisit or revise certain questions or activities, or contact us at SA Teacher.